And welcome, we are live at the Tartan restaurant in Redlands for Draft Day, the 32nd annual Inland Empire All-Star Classic. It's an Inland Empire tradition, and this year some new wrinkles to this great game, including we're having the head coaches, Derrick Johnson from Notre Dame, Jim Walker at Redlands High School, actually select their first 22 players to play in the game that's scheduled for January 14th at Ramona High School in Riverside. So the coaches will pick their first 22 players each, and then about a dozen more players or so will be selected to also play in this game. So an actual draft, we will have a number 1 overall pick, we'll have first round selections, and these guys will pick their first 22, and then very soon we will post the other players that were selected to play in the game as well. So yes, we are live at the Tartan in Redlands once again, and we've got Derrick Johnson and Jim Walker standing by. Now, the number 1 overall pick is a very coveted thing, so we're going to actually do a live coin toss. We're going to have Coach Walker over here call it in the air.
I thought I was going first.
Is that what they told you to actually do the game?
Yeah. We're going to do 1 and then 2.
So you're going to go first, so no need for a coin toss?
No need for a coin toss.
Derrick's like, what?
Hey, no need for it. Hey,
Are you fast? Are you going to let him go first?
It's a two-headed coin.
He's a legend.
Two-headed coin.
Heads.
We're actually, you're in enemy territory because this is Redlands, so this is Jim Walker's people around here. So, okay, we'll let Coach Walker go first.
Okay.
You guys have the list in front of you, right?
Yes.
So these are nomination lists. You're going to select your first 22, and then once again, the other dozen or so players will be handpicked to also play in this game. So, Coach, who is the number 1 overall pick?
Well, you can hear the backup horn of the truck, and we're going to take a truck. Scott Walther of Heritage High School, offensive tackle. I believe he's 6'5", 325.
Going O-line.
Yeah.
Right off the bat.
Yeah. He's his own little continent. He's got his own zip code.
All right, Derrick, what's it going to be?
Well, it's an all-star game and we need to move the ball, so I'm going to start off with a quarterback, and I'm going to take Armando Herrera.
Armando Herrera from Redlands East Valley. Were you thinking about him, Coach? Were you going to take a Red guy? He's off the board now, though.
Go ahead and move the ball.
He's an old take after Notre Dame.
Hey, he's in our Notre Dame parking lot, K through 8.
That's right.
K through 8.
And then
300 feet away.
Yeah, Armando had obviously a fantastic senior season for Redlands East Valley. I was a little curious. I asked Coach Walker, would you take a Rev guy? He said, yeah, I'd take a Rev guy if I had to. But Armando Herrera off the board as Derrick Johnson's number 1 pick for his team. And we're going back to – no, actually, we're going to stay here.
Yes.
Because Coach Johnson has the next pick as well.
That's right. All right.
You guys keeping track of these two?
Yeah, okay. we got it.
This is getting very, very venomous in here already.
Hang on, defensive guys. We're going to build that thing from the defensive side. But I'm going to go ahead and take Miles Reed, running back from Centennial.
Oh, Miles Reed off the board. And we have a little bit of video of Miles as well. A huge senior season for Centennial High School. They always pump out those great running backs, and Miles Reed had another fantastic season. The backup as a junior still had a great year, came in as a senior and really took the reins in that running game and came on. You're looking at the video of that first game against Chandler, Arizona, where he really burst onto the scene, and Miles Reed went on to have a fantastic senior season for head coach Matt Logan and the Huskies. So Miles Reed and Armando Herrera off the board for head coach Derrick Johnson. Now we go back to Coach Walker as he makes his second pick.
With our pick, we're going to go with Anthony Miramia from Vista Marietta, defensive tackle.
So you're going with the big guys up front first, Coach. I like that.
Yeah. I think you've got to take care of those guys, but he's a heck of a player. And then we're going to go with a defensive back, wide receiver, just a defensive back, Darren Hall out of Rancho Cucamonga.
All right, so now we go back to Coach Johnson. See if he goes more skill guys over here. What's he going to do next?
You know what? We're also going to go D-line. And I'm going to take Elijah Chambers from San Jacinto.
All right, and then Coach Johnson's going again, correct? In this serpentine format?
Absolutely. Yep. And then we're going to go with a defensive back, Jalen Shaw from Centennial.
Oh, not a bad pick. Can't go wrong with the Centennial guys,
They
right?
play some great defense.
Jalen Shaw from Centennial High School, another one of those D1 caliber defensive backs patrolling the secondary for the Huskies. Now we go back to Coach Walker. See, now it's getting fun because they're going through their list and finding who's off the board and who's still available here. So we're going back to Coach Walker now.
We're going to go with a DB, and we're going to go with Jalen Moore from King High School. Jalen Moore from King High School. And we're going to go with a
It's very tense here at the Tartan.
Quiet right
Yeah,
there.
it's very, I mean, these guys are in it to win it.
Did you let them know that they get their own favorite players to deal with?
Oh yeah, we should mention that. Yeah, that the all-star coaches. So Jim Walker will get whatever Redlands guys he needs, and Derrick Johnson will get his Notre Dame guys. So those guys are off the board. You can't select them. So those guys are whoever they select will be in the all-star game from those respective schools.
That's right.
we're going to go with Kane, a defensive lineman, Kane Sua from Rancho Verde High School.
Building with defense and big guys. All right, so now we go back to Coach Johnson here.
All right. Here we go. We're also going to go offensive line. We're going to start with our center, Kyle Krebs from King.
King guys off the board early. Made it all the way to the
Which would you take? What was
semifinals.
that?
Kyle Krebs, center from King. Set it on.
Captain Pancake.
Absolutely.
Captain Pancake. I see a lot of like scratching names out and shuffling of papers. All right, so Derrick's Coach Johnson has another pick here.
You know, we're also going to go with offensive lineman Jar Guzzi from San G.
Oh yeah, Jair Goiz.
Goiz, yeah. San
MVP
G.
of the San Andreas League.
Absolutely.
All right, now we go back to Coach Walker.
We're going to go with an offensive lineman from Vista Murrieta, Chase Wyndham, offensive tackle, 6'4", 260.
The skill guys are getting a little lonely. Yeah. All these big linemen and defensive players. Nothing wrong with that. That's what wins games, right? The line and the defense.
Apparently, Coach Walker doesn't think you need a quarterback.
We'll assume
There's a lot of good ones out
Yeah,
there.
but
There's
yeah.
a lot of good ones out there.
Am I up?
No, I've got another pick here.
Walker's got another one.
We're going to go with Tariq Jones from San G.
Tyreek Jones, former quarterback at Kaiser, transferred to San Gorgonio, went to receiver, headed to Boise State. Big time player, can play safety, can play receiver, can do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Play quarterback for you too, Coach, if you need him to.
I'll tell you what, who knows? I keep picking like this. I have a great wrestling team.
No, it's a football game.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Coach Johnson with his phone a friend. He's got his phone out.
Oh, man.
Are you?
I got Luke Hutchinson on
Are you
dial.
texting Coach Zobal?
Oh, man, we got all of our players rated.
Oh, look at that.
Got them rated.
Oh,
Got them rated.
It's getting
Got them
serious.
evaluated and rated. So we're ready to roll.
All right, Coach
All right.
Johnson, you're up with the next two picks.
All right, we're ready to rock. We're gonna take two linebackers right now, right off the board. We're gonna have some fun right now. Where is he at? We're gonna take Chad Cano from
Great Oak. Cano, yeah.
Cano
Yep.
from Great Oak. We're gonna take him.
K-A-N-O-W. Cano.
Cano.
Great Oak? Yep, Great Oak High School.
And then we're gonna take. Oh, this is a poly, you know. Pika
Fakava.
Kava.
Pika Fakava. I
Pika
believe he was the
Fakava.
defensive MVP in his division in CIF.
Absolutely.
San Gorgonio
San
High
G.
School. Linebacker, long flowing hair like Troy Polamalu. Pika Fakava. P-I-K-A-F-A-K-A-V-A. Yeah, impressed? Are you impressed?
I am impressed.
Pika Fakava. All right, so that was two linebackers. off the board for Coach Johnson. Now we go back to Coach Walker. How many picks do we have? I'm having a hard time keeping track here as we're live at the Tartan and Redlands. So they have 8 each. Okay, so we still got ways to go. Okay.
So you think the Greeley brothers are going to play, huh?
I feel pretty good about it. Do you feel good about it?
I'm going to go with both Greeley brothers, the quarterback.
Oh, big time move. 2 off the board, the twin brothers, Cade and Carson Greeley from Vista Marietta High School. That's Cade
Carson
and Cade.
Greeley and Cade Greeley. Carson's a quarterback, and Cade's a tight end.
So the Greeley brothers are off the board, and that sends the picks back to Coach Johnson here.
All right. I'm going to take 2 DBs since I'm a DB guy. Solidify that secondary. I'm going to take George Hicks from Cajon.
Oh, yeah?
I'm going to take George Hicks from
D1
Cajon.
talent there, yeah?
And then we're going to take Jaden Dawson from Heritage.
2 big-time programs
That's
right
right.
there.
How many DBs do I have? I've got 2, right? Jalen Moore and
Jaden Dawson
Derrick
from
Hall.
Heritage and George Hicks the third from Cajon High School.
Chase Wyndham was defensive lineman, right? Chase Wyndham.
Offensive tackle. I'm up.
We've got a complete list.
Jim, next year we have a board, okay?
Yeah.
A race board we put up.
You got it. And you can be right.
You're right.
Right up.
I'm going to take a DB. Taking a DB. Nick Harper from Redlands East Valley.
All right,
Corner.
Coach Walker going with the Rev guy. It just happened. Nick Harper. Never thought we'd see the day. Coach Walker has one more before we shuttle back to Coach Johnson here as we're approaching the midway mark of the 22 picks that they will make to basically fill out their starting lineups, and then once again another dozen or so players will also be hand-picked
Casey and Cade.
to play in the All-Star
We're taking
game.
offensive lineman. Hector Marin from Roosevelt High School, 6'4", 240.
Did you see him up close, Coach?
Watch film on him. Pretty aggressive guy.
Yeah.
Pretty aggressive guy. I saw it firsthand.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the last team you saw, right? Was Roosevelt High School.
Yep.
All right, Coach Johnson, back to you.
All right, we'll take.
I'm curious who you got on the phone over here, though.
Oh, I got my linebacker coach Luke Hutchison, Coach Zomal, also in correspondence via satellite cell phone, and my defensive line coach Mike Lara. So they're all invested and ready to roll. So
That's nice.
We're gonna take a D lineman right now. We're gonna take him from Citrus Hill, Tessie McKaylee.
That guy, yeah. Tessie
Yep,
McKaylee.
Tessie
That guy's a
McKaylee.
monster.
Yep.
Plays a little fullback, too, I think.
Yep.
He'll run some guys
We're
over.
ready to roll. And then also on that D line, we're gonna take Saletti Faka from Centennial. Saletti.
Bobby Alaki.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on my name.
Yeah.
On my pronunciation of
nicknames
these
for those
names.
guys.
What position is he?
D lineman. He's a D lineman. Saletti.
Soletti, yeah.
Saletti.
Tessie McKaylee's from Citrus Hill. T-E-S-I, then M-I-K-A-E-L-E, McKaylee.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now we go back to Coach Walker with the next 2.
We're going to take Javion Lofton, wide receiver from Rancho Cucamonga.
Again, we're live from the Tartan restaurant.
Are you sure?
In Redlands. Is that?
Are you sure
Am I sure?
that we're alive?
Yeah, we're live.
We're
and
live,
amplified.
baby. We're live.
Live and amplified. with the first ever Inland Empire All-Star Classic Draft is the head coach, Jim
We'll
Walker.
go with another Redlands East Valley guy, Jared Oliphant, DB.
2 Wildcats playing for Coach Walker, Jared Oliphant of Redlands East Valley.
Notre Vista kid.
We're going back to Coach Johnson, and he wants to phone a friend on the pronunciation of his next pick.
Yeah. I'm going to take D-tackle center from Notre Vista, Solo. I'm going to call him Solo Lucifer.
Oh, that's right. It's not Solomon Iosefa or something like
That's
that?
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So-
That's right.
Defensive tackle.
Defensive tackle
Yeah.
from Novi.
He helped
He's also
pave,
going to play center, too.
helped pave the way for Eric Malesio, that huge season for the running back for the Braves.
That's right. That's right.
He's still on the board, by the way. Just put it out there.
Am I back up?
Yep.
I'll also take Brian Thompson, Rancho Verde.
Brian Thompson from the Rancho Verde High School. Great year for head coach Jeff Steinberg and the Mustangs, connected with his quarterback E.J. Stewart a bunch of times this year. Another guy going Division I. Really burst onto the scene as a junior. We're looking at video of Brian Thompson this season. Really was a standout player for a lot of great skill position players for the Mustangs, but Brian Thompson really stood out this season and made life a lot easier for his quarterback, E.J. Stewart. So congratulations to Brian Thompson, headed to Boise State University. So he did a great job for head coach Jeff Steinberg this season and the Mustangs. All right, back here live at the Tartan. And we go back to Coach Walker, who has the next pick in the draft.
We're going to take a D lineman out of Vista Murrieta, Ponono Foggy, defensive lineman.
I think you might have said that correctly, too.
Might be the first and last. I'm going to take an offensive lineman.
As a hush goes over the
Frank Lemos from Ukaipa.
Another Citrus Belt League guy going to Coach Walker here. As we move back to Derrick Johnson with the next pick.
All right, we're going to take another wide receiver. We're going to take Jeremiah Boatner from Corona High.
Good player.
Yeah, and also another receiver, Justin Fisher from Centennial. So that should be.
Justin Fisher, and I believe you have Miles Reed as well, right? Was it you that selected Miles Reed? I believe they're cousins.
Oh,
So that'll work
hey,
out.
That's going to work out.
Carpooling to practice in the game, I guess. But yeah, Justin Fisher. So many great receivers at Centennial High School. Justin Fisher really
Number are we on?
having a great senior season and making a name for himself with, like I said, so many great players on that team. But he really stood out for the Huskies this season, helping them reach the CIF semifinals before they bowed out to St. John Bosco. All right, back here live at the Tartan. We go back to.
Put him only on one, scratch him up.
See, that was 2 picks, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going back to Coach Walker here. He's going to have the next selection once he's ready.
Who's up?
Coach Walker.
I'm up. I'm going to go with 2 linebackers. I'm going to go with Voy Fatah from Rev. And Tavito Alazio from Rancho Verde.
So Boy Fata and Tavita Halalilo from the Rancho Verde High School.
All right.
All right, so we're back to Coach Johnson here. Where are we at as we approach 22? Are we getting close? What's that?
He's at 17, 18.
Okay, 17 and 18 here, so we're getting close.
Are we ready?
Whenever you are, Coach.
Alrighty. I'm going to take offensive guard Sam Alvarez from Aquinas High School. Shout out to our league. Ambassador League. We're ready to roll. And I'm also going to take a sleeper that no one knows about out of Linfield Christian, and that's Simeon Burns, who can also play wide receiver, corner, nickelback, and do a lot of various
Wildcat,
other things.
maybe,
Wildcat
right?
quarterback.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take Simeon Burns off.
Look at you. So we just saw Coach Walker get a bunch of CBL guys.
Shout out to the Ambassador League.
Yeah.
You guys keep it up out there. Keep it up, small schools. Let's do it. We can play. We got dudes.
All right, so Coach Johnson digging deep into the Ambassador League. Aquinas and Linfield Christian represented here. And as we go back to Coach Walker, as we're broadcasting live from the Tartan draft day here for the IE All-Star
We're
Classic.
going to go with the receiver, Jaden Lundy out of Paloma Valley.
Paloma Valley had that prolific offense this season, and Jaden Lundy was one of those receivers. Their quarterback at Paloma Valley, a junior, so we'll probably be talking about him next year come draft day for the IE All-Star Classic. Got a pretty good running back, Corey Maddox, too. He's still on the board.
We're going with the linebacker, Brad Garza out of King.
A lot of the King guys getting love in this draft. It's nice to see. They made a great run to the CIF semifinals in Division 5. All right, so now we go back to Coach Johnson here. Last two picks. And then Coach Walker has two more, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's done?
How many guys I got? I think that's Jim.
That's for now.
Yeah, for now.
We're going 22, right?
Oh, 22? Okay.
Yeah.
22.
That's 22 for Coach
No.
Walker.
You got two more.
He's got two more? They each have two more.
Got one more.
He's got four.
Who's got 4?
He has 3 more. He has
got 4. I need some linemen, don't I?
Nah.
I need some linemen.
No, you don't.
I got a few under the radar.
I know you don't.
A few under the radar. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Let's solidify the defense. Now let's go ahead and complete that. I'll take where is he at? Janos Allen from Pauley High School.
Oh, yeah. Pauley High School,
Yeah. Standout guy.
I think he was already on Twitter saying, man, I can't believe I got picked for the All-Star game. So maybe he knew something we didn't know.
Hey, watch his film.
Yeah.
Watch his film. Kid knew. Watch his film. Linebacker.
Linebacker, yeah. I think he even scored a couple touchdowns in a game.
Yeah.
Used him at running back. Number 52.
Yeah. Did you end up taking Josh from Centennial linebacker?
No.
No? All right, we're going to take Josh Kalidis from Centennial.
Oh, Josh Caldas. Yep.
Caldas from Centennial.
Can't go wrong with the Huskies.
Can't go wrong with the Huskies.
All right, so Coach Johnson still has 2 remaining, correct?
So I have 2, then 2, then 1.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, linebacker. Linebacker.
Yeah. We're going to go with the running back Luna from Heritage High School. And the running back Marlon Moore from Rancho Verde.
Oh, 2 good ones right there.
Yeah, really.
Marlon Moore was a stud for Rancho Verde, and Javier Luna, we affectionately always said Luna time, because every time he touched the ball, he's popping off runs for 60 yards, single-handedly in the playoffs. It was against Paloma Valley in the Menifee Bowl. He had like 200 yards by at halftime, 3 touchdowns, put the game out of reach as Heritage blasted Paloma Valley in that game of 2 9-0 teams, the final week of the regular season. So Javier Luna,
Lightning backfield there.
yes, yeah, with Moore and Luna. Luna could run the ball, play DB, and paired up with Marlon Moore, who was 1A and 1B to Brian Thompson at Rancho Verde. So that's 2 awesome picks right there for Coach Walker. So we're going to go back to Coach Johnson. He's going to have 2 more picks, and then we're going to go back to Coach Walker for his final pick here in the All-Star Classic draft day.
All right, we're another quarterback who's very successful moving the ball, very athletic, move the pocket a little bit. Caleb Hayes from San G.
San G, yeah.
Yeah, and then we're going to also go with a running back, very experienced, big-time player out of Marietta Valley, running back, Ika Palmer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Palmer had a huge season to get them to the CIF championship game. Caleb Hayes, even though he's a quarterback, and you can play him at quarterback.
Also play receiver and
yeah, he's going to Oregon State, just an all-around great athlete. Obviously, he can run the football, and connected with Derrick Jones quite a bit this season, but just a really great athlete. So we might see him, I don't know, Derrick's smiling over here. We might see him lined up in a variety of different positions. But yeah, Caleb Hayes had a great year for San Gorgonio as they won a CIF Southern Section Championship in Division. All right, back here live. This is the last pick. Last pick of the draft. Jim Walker has it.
I'm going to go with my alignment that I have so far.
This is it. A lot of people are watching live right now. They're very tense about who's in the last one. Yeah, not the last one completely because we'll still add some players.
So we got 15 more each after this.
Whatever you want, Jim Clover.
I'm going to go with Gabe Murgo of San G, linebacker.
Gabriel Murgo, linebacker for San Gorgonio High School. He is off the board, and the last official pick here in the draft. Actually, San G was well represented. Derrick Jones, Caleb Hayes, Mika Fakava.
No,
Oh, we're done. That's awesome.
Yeah.
The two coaches shaking hands. The 22 players for each team have been drafted. Another 12 to 15.
The
depending-
legend. The legend right here.
Rather be a live legend than a dead legend.
A living legend. So yeah, so we'll fill up the rest of the rosters very soon, actually, right? So we can get that out there so the players know. And we'll make sure we get that on social media and the Inland Sports website as well. Once again, the game is Saturday, January 14th, 7 o'clock, Ramona High School in Riverside. There will be a media day on January 7th. And then the two teams will be practicing all week long that week of at RCC. So both teams will be in action, getting prepared. It's going to be interesting to see the Rev guys and the Ukaipa guys and whatnot with Coach Walker and, of course, the Ambassador League schools with Coach Johnson over here. Once again, January 14th, 7 o'clock at Ramona High School. That has been the IE All-Star Classic Draft. Stay tuned to the website and on social media to see what other players are also handpicked to represent their schools in this Inland Empire tradition.
Who's the Inland? Who's the Inland team and who's the Empire?
Oh, did we go over that?
No.
So team.
I say we flip a coin, so who picks? Because we both won.
Team Inland. Are we doing Team Inland or Team?
We were going to do this.
Or are we just doing the colors?
We're just doing it in
Won't be like the Inland versus the Empire, or the Empire versus the Inland, or Inland.
Cardinal Empire versus Blue Empire.
What do you want?
I kind of like that Inland versus Empire deal.
All right.
I mean,
So you want to flip for it?
I like to flip for it,
All right.
so I can tell our guys.
Bring that coin out that you were
I
going
got
to
a
do
coin.
before.
Should I flip it?
Yeah.
Two-headed coin.
Let Coach Walker. So we're flipping for the team name. Is
Yeah.
that what we're
Who
doing?
gets Empire and who gets Inland?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Here, let me punch up.
Want me to call it in the air?
Let me punch up the
all
dual
you,
shot so
baby.
people know I'm not cheating
I
here.
can say, hits him.
All right. Here we go.
Here we
I
go.
like that Super Bowl thing.
All right, Coach. You'll call in the air.
Yep. Tails.
That's tails. So
We will be the Empire. Dun, 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 dun.
all right, so yeah, so it's a new format. We should remind everyone it's not San Bernardino County against Riverside County. This is just an IE All-Star Classic, so players from both counties will be all mixed together, and it's going to be a UCLA kind of versus USC style All-Star game. I've got the blessing from Pastor Rodney down here to show the colors, right? The T-shirts, is that okay?
What are the colors? Who got
The U- well, Derrick kind of put first dibs on UCLA. Are you cool with the USC colors, Coach? Coach Walker?
Yeah, because you want to be red, right? Well, let's flip for it. Let's flip for
Okay.
it. I'll let him call.
All right.
Yeah.
So real quick, this is what it's going to look. You can show the shirts, right? Because
Sure.
we want to hype it up. Okay,
Oh,
so here's
UCLA blue.
there's UCLA blue,
USC.
like just like that. That's what the shirts are going to look like for all the players
Okay,
and whatnot.
I'll let you call it. You call it,
And
then
there's
we'll go
the
from there.
USC colors. So that's what the
Okay.
players will actually be wearing in the game. USC and UCLA colors in the shirts, in the uniforms, the whole thing. Here we go. We're back here live at the Tartan. Another coin toss. Wait, so who's calling it?
Derrick is
Coach
going to call
I'm
it.
going to call.
Okay, so this is for
The colors.
the colors. The UCLA versus the USC. All All right, so set this down.
Michigan.
All right, you ready, Coach
I'm
Johnson?
ready to roll. Tails.
As it is.
Tails.
Tails it is.
It's tails.
We'll go with the blue.
So Coach Johnson and
With the
Team
blue.
Inland, right?
Team Inland.
Inland Blue.
Team Inland.
Inland Blue against
The Red
Empire. The Red Empire. Wait, so Coach Johnson
More suited.
from the long blue lines gonna be wearing kind of red on the sidelines. We never thought we'd see the day.
Yeah, you know. Never say never.
It's more of a crimson, though, to be fair, right?
Yeah,
it's
Cardinal.
USC.
Cardinal.
Cardinal. Let's get that straight. So once again, the big game's coming up. It's January 14th at Ramona High School. I think we covered all our bases, right?
Yes.
The team name, the rosters, the colors, practices coming up the week of. So if you're a player out there watching, once again, practices the week of. Oh yeah, the banquet as well. So the game's on January 14th. That's a Saturday night. The banquet is the night before, so January 13th at Ramona High School.
Nope.
And
No, the
then,
banquet's in Ramona's.
yeah, at Ramona High School.
No.
Ramona's.
Oh, at Romano's.
Romano's.
Oh, that's right. You guys went upscale.
I'd rather have that than cafeteria food any day of the week.
Let's go.
Is Coach Walker paying for that whole thing?
Yeah. Terriers are fundraising as I speak.
So Romano's even better. Romano's
Downtown Riverside.
in downtown Riverside, Friday night, January 13th, and the game on January 14th. Practices that whole
All you
week
can eat.
leading up to it at RCC. And then once again, please check out the social media for Inland Sports and the website. And we'll give you complete rosters as we fill it out. Another 12 to 15 guys or so, handpicked for each All-Star team. Coach Walker, Coach Johnson, we appreciate it. Thank you down to the Tartan.
It's fun.
Hey,
Help us
thank
kick
you for
this
the
off.
opportunity.
Yeah.
We had some fun today.
Yeah, absolutely.
First time we've done it. Be bigger and better than ever. It's the 32nd annual IE All-Star Classic coming at you January 14th, 7 o'clock from Ramona High School. We'll see you next time on Inland Sports.
So
So now we care.
we're gonna have meads.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have meads now.